Hey, Shalom, Yasharala. It's your brother Dawada coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for Yakim pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here topic, which is dealing with Esau being caught in his own snare, because little do these Edomites over here in America know, like the scriptures say, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Matter of fact, we can start there. But nevertheless, and I'll grab it somewhere else. But the pride of Esau's heart has deceived him, man, ultimately, because why? He thinks, when you look at the bigger picture of what he got going on with his new world order and things like that, order out of chaos and the Hegelian dialectics of how he's going to try to make this one world government, one world order, and this new money system he got going on, right? He's going to get all this in his mind. He plans on crashing the economy for the point and the purpose of, like the phoenix, right? Out of the ashes going to rise, a new creature, right? So out of the ashes of the petrodollar, the American dollar, is going to come what? The RFID chip, But ultimately, this is what Esau has in mind, and also he gonna dominate the whole earth and have everybody in subjection under these nuclear missile threats, you know what I'm saying, things like that, and also going in and infiltrating these other nations and causing coups and uprisings in these nations with their propaganda, but ultimately all these things are really snares and traps. The word snare is basically going into a trap, but nevertheless all these are really snares and traps that are laid for Esau to fall, catch himself up in, basically, like the nukes. Hey, he thought that he was going to use that to keep everybody else in subjection, but that's ultimately was going to be used to destroy him, all right? The RFID chip, when he go to push the RFID chip, that's going to bring in, the end-all, be-all for his ass. You can read that and also hear the book of Job, when he's about to fill his belly, all right? And also Job 5, where the Most High say he disappointed the devices of the crafty, all right? But nevertheless, all these different things, and hey, the uprising of these people, man, and got everybody hating him already, man. But ultimately, all these things that he has in his mind to plan to do, hey, man, I'll go over there and cause turmoil in all these different nations and overthrow their governments and put up my own puppets over there, and then I can steal all their resources. But ultimately, all this is going to do is make all these different nations band together with Russia and come against them. So what? These are these snares that's being laid for him, all right? So we're going to grab it in the scripture to give you the, the director's cut of the movie. Because as you watching these things, some people are coming to the conclusion like, damn, this so-called white man, he's stupid as fuck, man. You don't realize that the trade war is really fucking you over more than anybody else. You see what I'm saying? It's another snare that was laid. He the pride of his own heart, man. Nah, fuck that. We're gonna go over here and do this and that. The Iran deal, he wound up pulling out the Iranian deal and told anybody that if they want to deal with Iran, he was gonna put sanctions on them, even their own European allies, man. Which is further dividing them and their own allies, which is bringing on the prophecies that the whore is going, or the beast is going to hate the whore and burn her with fire. All right. But nevertheless, we're going to grab, some scriptures dealing with basically how there's a snare that's laid for Esau, This is Job chapter 18. I'm starting at verse 5. It says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. All right. Because his, going into his wisdom, you have the term the Illuminati, which goes back into the illuminated ones, or the enlightened ones. When you go further back, Lucifer, right? These people have all the so-called wisdom and knowledge of the wise things of the world, how to do this, how to do that, how to put this technology together, how to separate the atom to create nuclear weapons, and so on and so forth. They have all this here knowledge, right? But scripture say, yea, the light of the wicked. Because what do you do? Imagine driving out in the desert in the middle of the dark, right? With no headlights. You ain't going to be able to see where you're going. But once you turn on your headlights in the middle of straight darkness, you can see in the darkness, right? So in the world of darkness, being so-called knowledge and things like that, everybody's just following, oh, I don't know, I didn't know to do this, or whatever, whatnot, They in darkness, but what? Esau is in the light. He's the light bearer, all right? The Illuminati, the enlightened ones. It says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. So this is talking about Esau, his wisdom being cut off, all right? It says, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candles shall be put out with him. All right, so this is what you got going on right now. They think they're taking this wise counsel to do this and do that to forward their plan, but ultimately these are these snares that they're laying for their own stuff. They don't even realize how it's fucking them over, like Turkey with the F-35 and the S-400 system. Like, yo, you're going to threaten Turkey over pulling them from the F-35 program or whatever, whatnot, putting sanctions on them, whatever, whatnot. But what's going on right now, man? All right, they be like, well, we put sanctions on Turkey. We had to lift the sanctions off of Turkey. And we going to still allow them to be with the F-35 program. But they can't operate the S-400 with the F-35 anywhere around in the vicinity of it. And if you do, then we're going to remove you from the F-35 program. So it's right back, you know, I thought you was going to remove them if they even took delivery of the S-400. But yet and still, they took delivery of it. And then now you like, all right, well, if you operate the S-400 and this and that together, then we're going to wind up putting sanctions on you. Well, really, America's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because, I mean, at this point in time, you can't really do shit. All they got to do is put the plane near the damn S-400, and the radar from the S-400 can sit there and find all the vulnerability and the weak spots of it, and then just upload into the Russian system, pretty much make they damn stealth fighter jets obsolete. You see? But nevertheless, it says, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and the candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. All right, going back into like what the trade wars, you know, oh yeah, we're going to make America first, you know what I'm saying, put America first. These other countries are making so much money off of us and so on and so forth. We're going to enact trade sanctions on these different nations. But guess what? Now, you know, like with the pork and all that, you know, China and Mexico was like the biggest buyers of American pork. All right, but guess what? Now, the majority of American pork was exported. You know, only a small minority stayed here in America. All right, but guess what? They didn't lost that deal because they wanted to fuck around with the trade war. All right, you want to put a tax on steel and all these types of things like that. All right, well, these manufacturing companies going to just further move out of America, man, which means you have to buy the products from outside the United States and have them shipped inside. You got to import the goods and things like, i.e. Harley Davidson, which is an American company, but because of the tariffs on steel, which they would get steel from other countries, all right, they were like, well, fuck that. We'll just move over to that country with our plant, and we'll just import the damn motorcycles over to America, you know, or export them from where they are into America, you know. Verse 8, for he is cast into a net by his own feet and walketh upon a snare. So basically, you know, well, you know, you thinking of it like a fishing net, but nevertheless, just put it this way. Homeboy didn't set a bear trap and motherfucking stepped into it. Or set a rat trap and put his, you know, he done put some cheese or some peanut butter on the damn rat trap and then forgot that he put the shit down there and be like, ooh, some peanut butter, and then put his hand in there and got caught by his own damn rat trap, you know? That's what the hell he doing. Same way with the trade war, the F-35 situation with Turkey. All right, the economy collapsing that, trying to put the RFID chip in, thermonuclear missiles and threatening everybody with it. But now Russia got him. He's able, all right, we're not going to let these people continuously be bullies to everybody else on the earth, man. We're going to be a guardian to these other nations, man, and we're going to wax that ass on their ass, man. All right? Verse 10 again, the snare is laid for him in the ground. Oh, Salak. Verse 8, for he is cast into a net by his own feet and walketh upon a snare. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. Hey, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. But when you go up a little higher than that in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, it says, what is what is the end of the world and the part and the son of times, you know? It says first when Jacob held first the heel of Esau, because when he was born, Esau came out first red all over like a hairy garment, and Jacob came out holding on to Esau's heel, you know? Just like, you know, it's parabolic, you know, when Esau is trying to reach his total heights, Jacob is going to pull him down by his heel, man, and that's what you see going on right now. So it says, the jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. All right, so he don't even see it coming, man. He didn't set his own rat trap and put some peanut butter down there, but this motherfucker was starving and on a whole bunch of drugs and forgot what the fuck he was doing and decided to put his goddamn tongue on the rat trap to eat the peanut butter. Now your ass fucked up. And that's exactly what the hell is going on with this so-called white man with all these so-called aggressive moves that he's doing to everybody else. Like he tried to go up into Syria and overthrow Bashar al-Assad with the red lines and the chemical attacks, but then he kept getting caught. Actually, it was y'all that was doing this shit, you know? Going over to trying to hijack Venezuela and put up your puppet government. But guess what? Setting on fire to humanitarian aid. But guess what? You getting caught. That was America doing that shit, you know? Hong Kong protests and so on and so forth. The Iranian uprisings, the Iraqi uprisings and shit. Iraq is crazy right now, man. All right, but guess what? It's all going back. Bolivia, what is it? Is it Colombia? All these different things, man. All these different snares and traps is all laid up. Hey, hell, they brought the cartel to Mexico, but then now they over here complaining about all the so-called illegal immigrants. Like, well, you fucked up the land over there. You just smoked them up out of their damn house and mad that they came over to your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you should have did that. You know what I'm saying? But now it's all coming back onto you, man. And ultimately, man, you touched the apple of the Most High's eyes, man. You stole his jewels, man, and the Most High about to come and collect. All right. Verse 10, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Just like I was saying, with all these different instances, from the F-35 and Turkey and all that, from thermonuclear missiles, the RFID chip, NATO and the EU, the Brexit, what else they got? The economic crash, all these different things that they got going on right now, which in their minds, they set a lot of these things up to actually prevail and come out on top, but ultimately, it's looking bad for them right now, man. Yeah, we're going to keep waging war and steal all these other countries from so on and so forth, but your allies is getting depleted of resources and their morale is being dropped down low. All right, so now they starting to look at you like you a little weird. They seeing better offers coming from Russia. All right, so in you and your plundering, all right, and you're spoiling, you wind up cutting ties and burning bridges with your own allies. So that's that snare that's being trapped into your own self, man. You over here threatening Turkey and being all hostile towards Turkey is making them not being so friendly with you and not really honoring any of your requests to not have the F-35 near the S-400. All right, so all these snares and traps being put into your way, man. All right, you ultimately got NATO surrounding Russia, forcing Russia to build all these offensive weapons to dominate your ass with, man, because they don't have, you know, they don't have you surrounded, you know what I'm saying, where they could just bombard you with some shit. But now they got these weapons, which it was all scriptural, that's going to take your ass out with, man. All right. Verse 11 again. Terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. And this is what Esau is getting, is mad and about to go. Hey, Revelation 12 and 12. The devil has come down to you having great wrath because he know he has but a short time. He see his end in sight, man. So now he about to pull out all stops, man. Wouldn't put it past his ass for him to just sit there like, man, fuck them niggas. We're going to nuke their ass real quick. Fuck the outcry. Hey, not saying that this is going to happen, but this is the pride of this motherfucker's heart, man. This motherfucker will, I was going to say, he'd nuke Mexico or Canada even though they're on his doorsteps, but fuck that. Even worse. Let's say Texas again decided to succeed from America and even did succeed, all right? Or let's say America decided, all right, we're going to give reparations to you so-called Negroes and give y'all your own state, which is the worst and the scariest thing you could do. Like, why would you want your own shit around these Edomites for them to just rape, rob, and murder your ass? Like, he can't hit you if you that damn close up on him, man. He can only hit you with these small jabs. He can't hit you with the haymaker if you too close up on him. All right, he dominating these other nations and hitting them with the haymaker, but because you on top of him, you just got small, you know, police shooting you down or whatever, whatnot. But over there, they bombing the shit out of them. So, yeah, he killing both sides, but really over here, you mean, it's not as bad as over there, man. They not bombing the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, all these different things is turning back on him for his own demise, man. All right? So again, it says, terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. And that's why right now he's raging as a madman, is pulling out all stops in every direction. It says his strength shall be hunger bitten and destruction shall be ready at his side. All right. It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. So, like we referenced earlier, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, man. All right. They were afraid but durst fight, man. They're going to be in the midst of World War III, like Ronald Reagan said. They're going to put their differences to the side. They're going to wage war against YAHAWASHI. Look at the space force and all these different things, the weapons up there. Hey, man, but look, it says his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, the pride of his heart, all right, which is leading him to his own destruction. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. Who is the king of terrors, man? Who is the one to say, fear God, you know? Fear me, fear what I can do. You know, I kill, I make alive, I wound, and I heal. I do all these things, man. Right, the Most High do all these things, man. He could plague you in the mind. Hey, man, ultimately, because he's the creator of spirits, man, so they all belong to him. So he could put your ass to death in a horrible, gruesome way and bring your ass back and put your ass to death again, man. Look at us, man. Look how many generations was born and died over here in captivity and slavery, even from all the captivities we was in, man. All right, so every time we come back, we still in a way worse fucked up position than beforehand, man. All right, that's why you should be afraid of the king of terrors, man. Because why would you fear the man that could just kill your body, and after that, he can't do shit to you, you know? You know, he shot you in the damn head, you know what I'm saying, and instantly killed your ass. And now he over here, you know, skinning your body and shit. Him skinning your body after you dead ain't really doing shit to you, man. But imagine the Most High that can sit here and make you rich beyond, you know, your farthest imagination, but then he plague you with all kind of demons, man. Your family all die off or some gruesome shit happen to them. Like, look on YouTube about the curse of the lottery, man. All right, that's some horrible shit, man. You think that you coming up some kind of way, and then all of a sudden you really getting put into a snare or a trap, man. That's the king of terrors, man. When you don't really see it coming, man. You think that everything is all good. Oh yeah, I'm about to go over here and slide with this fine bitch. She finna slide or whatever. She finna give me the box or whatever, whatnot. Little do you know, your ass is being exposed on some kind of camera, or she got some shit or whatever, whatnot. You know, you think you coming up, but really, man, hey, but you calling your own trick bag, man. All right, that's some scary shit, man. The Most High is the author of all these things, man. He directed the minds of men. All right. Where was we at? We were verse 15. It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation, going into those nukes. His root shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branches be cut off, because every last one of the Edomites is going to ultimately be cut off, man. All right. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and shall have no he shall have no name in the streets. All right, like the scripture also say, he shall perish like his own dung, man. Ultimately, Esau, you know, after serving his 1,000 years of captivity and slavery, all right, Esau is gonna be ultimately eradicated, man. We're not gonna have no remembrance of these Edomites. They're gonna be gone. That's gonna be it for them. All right. So it says, his remembrance shall perish from the earth. He shall have no name in the streets. He shall be driven from the light to darkness and chased out of the world. Hey, so just imagine that. Let me keep reading. Verse 19. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining of his dwelling, because the seed, you know, the sperm come from the male seed. So they're going to all be cut off and slaughtered, man. And then the women going to basically be taken, you know, if they don't be taken as and killed, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be basically taken for sex slaves, you know. And if we happen to impregnate them, if we don't impregnate them, they're going to just die off, and that's the end of their lineage anyway, because they don't have no Edomite men to keep their lineage going. But if we don't, you know what I'm saying, we just happen to impregnate these women, then them children are going to come out as Israelites anyway. So once you get old and die off, we still going to be left with Israelite babies. And ultimately, these Edomites going to be all gone. All right? It says, verse 19, he shall neither have son nor nephew among his dwelling, nor any remaining in his dwelling. That they come after him shall be astonished at his day, and as they were before were frightened. Surely are such as the dwelling of the wicked, and his place of him that knoweth not the Most High. So going back to verse 20, it says, they shall come after him that shall be astonished at his day, and they that went above before were frightened. Because you know how we fear the so-called white man now. Don't fuck with the white man. Don't fuck with the police. They'll kill your ass, whatever, whatnot. And all the shit he do to us and everything like that, man. It's going to be a point in time in the kingdom of heaven after they eradicate it. We're going to be like, damn, man, what was that pestilence, that parasite we used to have? The fuck was that one thing that was bugging us all? What was that wicked? What the fuck happened? Whatever happened to these people or whatever, whatnot? Oh, we forgot all about them. We forgot all about them. They long gone, you know? Hey, there's still even a myth of the city of Atlantis. They at least got that. Esau is going to be gone forever, man. You ain't even going to remember his ass. He's going to be like a goddamn dream that you wake up too quick from. You ain't going to remember what it was, man. He going to perish like his own dung. Once you flush that shit down the toilet, you don't ever see that piece of shit again. All right, that's going to be Esau ultimately. All right. I said I was going to get this. I'm going to grab this, and I'll go ahead and close out after that. Because, you know, we always read this in the book of Obadiah, but it says the same thing here. Jeremiah 49:7. Man, I don't know if I want to go through all this, but yeah, it goes to 22. But nevertheless, I'll just briefly read through it real quick. This is Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahawah of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? All right, that's that light being put out. All right, Teman is basically going into them Germans. Really the smartest of these goddamn Edomites, man. When you go back into history, damn near everything, you know, the majority of damn near all the technology we use in today, damn near every piece of technology we use in today come from the Germans, all right, under the reign of Hitler, all right? When you go look up Project Paperclip and where NASA come from, all right, and all those scientists that came over here, where they get the nuclear weapons from, the jet propulsion. Hey, Hitler was the only people that had jet propulsion in World War II. We all, you know, everybody else had propeller planes, you know. They was the only ones that were shooting off rockets in World War II. That's what they called a blitzkrieg, you know what I'm saying? But everybody else had free-falling bombs. You know, they opened the bay doors on the plane and just dropped them out the damn plane. You know, they was far more advanced with all these different things, you know. And guess what? After the fall of Germany, everything was split between Russia and America. All right. So it says Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahawah of hosts, is there wisdom no more in Teman? The counsel perished from the prudent. Is wisdom vanished? Is there wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, and I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. All right. Verse 10. I'm just, like I said, I'm not gonna read all this through, but verse 10. But I have made Esau bare and have uncovered his secret place, and he shall not be able to hide himself. All right. So, hey, also going into this snare being laid, the internet. All right. One of the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers said, man, we should have never made the internet, because why? A lot of this, the majority of all this truth and all his ancient records and all these things are being exposed on the internet right now. All right. So it says, I've made Esau bare. Like Obadiah, we could have read the same thing in Obadiah, but Obadiah says, Obadiah 1:6 say, how are the things of Esau searched out, and the things of Edom sought up, So it says, verse 10 again, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, all his hidden things, and he should not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. All right, because that's going to ultimately go into the end of these Edomites. All right. It says, leave thy fatherless children, and I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. We could have skipped that. Verse 12. Let me read verse 16. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart. Like we were just reading. All right. And who was we reading that in the book of Job? All right. It says, thy terribleness have deceived thee, because you was blessed with the damn sword. So you think that your military might is the one that got you all these things. All right. The pride of thy heart has lifted you up. It says, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart. O thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shalt make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahawah. All right. And Edom shall be in desolation. Everyone that goes by shall be astonished and hiss at all the plagues. All right. Verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of Yahawah, and he that he have taken against Edom and his purpose, that his purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. All right. So who's the least of the Edomites? All right. It's the head tribe of the Edomites, the Amalekites. All right. Amalek, so-called Jewish people. All right. Now you look at how these damn Jewish people are, you know what I'm saying? And bringing, how do I say, the conflicts in the Middle East. They over here poking at the damn wasp nest. All right. And when the wasps come out, they bring, the orchid man or whatnot to come and spray that raid on their ass. Like, man, this ain't even fair, bro. He wouldn't even be spraying if you wouldn't be fucking with our damn hive. We wouldn't be coming out here trying to sting your ass if you wasn't over here trying to hit us with a goddamn broom. But that's what you over there doing. So now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, this is how it's got to go out. You got to bring your shit, and we're going to have to go to war. All right. So this was basically going on with the pride of their damn heart. But then also listening to these Amalekites and stuff, they're going to bring their ass into World War III, man. All right. And you see all these things being stirred up right now as we speak. All right. So was there anything else I wanted to grab? Let me see. Yeah, that was it basically. But nevertheless, I just want to go through that briefly. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with even though Esau thinks that I got this master plan. If you come into this here, not really the truth part of it. You know what I'm saying? But if you start waking up to this stuff and you walk down the path of learning about the Illuminati and all that first. And if you got some kind of wisdom in you, you realize that, like, bro, there's no stopping this plan, bro. He's been implementing this plan for the last couple hundred years, man. There's no stopping it. His resources are way too deep. But ultimately, the Most High has a plan and a will and a way, man. All right? And we can read about it here, about how all this big shit that he think that he got is really going to all be used to turn against him. All right? This is the snare that's laid against him. He's going to be running from all these different things all at once, man. All right? Terror shall bring him to the king of terrors, man. Terror is going to be round about him. Is going to bring him to the king of terrors, man. All right? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahawah, Bahashim Yahawashai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say stay strong and shalom.